Hey there. In this video, we're going to talk about sex. Yep, I said it. But we'll discuss sex in a historical context, particularly how it relates to matriarchal versus patriarchal societies. Okay, here we go. Okay, ever wondered how ancient societies approached love and intimacy? Well, let's dive back in time, back to the biblical era, to Sumer, Babylon, and Canaan. Picture, if you will, a bustling temple complex. These weren't just places of worship, they were the beating heart of the community, the nerve centers of society. They were sort of like Wall Street meets the Vatican, controlling land, livestock, and even cultural records. Now here's where it gets interesting. Women lived within these sacred precincts, and they took lovers from the men who came to pay homage to the goddess. Imagine if modern love was like ordering a cup of coffee. You walk in, pay your respects, and voila, you're making love in a temple. Sounds scandalous, right? But here's the thing, they considered sex sacred. It was as holy as Sunday Mass. The goddess, their celestial patron, was worshipped as the deity of sexual love. Think about it. Their outlook on intimacy is like a Picasso painting, abstract, unconventional, yet profoundly beautiful to those who understand it. Our current attitude towards sex, on the other hand, is like a paint-by-numbers kit. We've been taught to associate shame, even sin, with one of the most natural processes, creating new life. It's like calling an apple tree sinful for bearing fruit. Sex was goddess's gift to humanity. It was revered, not reviled. She was the goddess of sexual love and procreation. And nowadays, it's almost as if we've done a 180-degree turn, sort of like swapping a juicy, delicious apple for a bland, tasteless one. Who knows? Maybe centuries from now, historians will label our contemporary religions as sterility cults. So next time you think about love and intimacy, remember that once upon a time it was a sacred, celebrated act right at the heart of society. Now, let's talk about the Hebrew anti-sexuality stance. Have you ever wondered about the intriguing origins of some religious stances on premarital sex? Well, here's a little history lesson that might surprise you. Think about the game of chess. The king is the most important, but the queen has the most power. This resembles the ancient matrilineal system where women had significant control. In the days of Moses, the Levite laws required women to remain virgins until marriage. Imagine signing a contract with the penalty of death if broken. Talk about high stakes, right? Now let's take a step back. Picture an ancient woman known as, and forgive me, I might butcher this, but I'm doing my best, a Kadishtu, the sacred woman. She's like a CEO, owning land, running businesses, and enjoying a high status. The Kadishtu was not bound by marriage. Instead, she had sexual relations within the temple, akin to a modern-day open relationship, like we mentioned before. The children born to these Kadishtu inherited their names, titles, and property, just like a royal lineage. However, their descent was matrilineal, meaning they traced their heritage through their mother's line. But here's the twist. The Levite priests were not fans of this system. Imagine a group of investors wanting to take over a successful company. They used religion as a political tool to dismantle the matrilineal system and gain control over the land and government. Unfortunately, the Kadishtu's sacred sexual customs were often misinterpreted as prostitution. It's like calling a successful entrepreneur a hustler. It just doesn't capture the true essence of their role. So next time you ponder about why certain religious stances on premarital sex exist, remember the ancient Kadishtu and the political chess game they were caught in. Ultimately, it's about the patriarchy wanting to disempower the matriarchy. All right, see you in the next video and we'll learn more about Adam and Eve.